Yo, man, what's up? It's your boy, Foster Lee. Hey, man, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey, I've been gone. I was on like a bit long vacation with the family. Went to see some sights. So I haven't posted a video in a while. I probably should have posted my travels and brought you guys along with me. Probably would have been dope. But there's a lot of plane rides, a lot of carrying a lot of things, strollers, the baby carriages, diaper bags. I just didn't think that I should put you guys through that. Bunch of airports, bunch of face masks. Oh yeah, you notice I don't have my beard anymore. No beard. Yeah, I lost a bet. It's a long story. I'll get to it another time. All right, let's get back to this financial literacy, financial education. All right. So if this is your first time watching the YouTube channel, Focus Energy YouTube channel with me, Foster Lee, aka King Zulu, aka FLB3, aka Foster Lee Brown the Third. Make sure you do me a favor and like, subscribe, and share this video with as many people as you know. All right, so for the guys and gals who don't know me, my name is Foster Lee. What I do is I teach people how to invest in themselves, in their mindset, in their intellectual property, and also how to invest into their financial future. Utilizing financial literacy, financial education to create financial independence. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about my second to last investment, which is Turo. I got 3 cars on Turo right now. Actually, my newest investment, I'll talk about that in another video. But so my second to newest investment is Turo. Now, this video, I'm gonna give you guys some Turo tips. Turo tips. All right. So if you're thinking about investing in Turo, because right now it's one of the hottest things on the market, as far as if you got an extra car or if you got a means of public transportation, you don't utilize your car that much and it's a pretty decent car, and people are throwing their cars on Turo, making some extra cash on the side. Now, especially where I'm at on the island of Kauai, where I live, the Turo business is going crazy because there's a shortage on rental cars. Okay, I think Hertz and a bunch of other rental car companies sold their cars to the mainland because during coronavirus, their cars are just sitting and they got to pay sitting lot fees. They lost a lot of money. A couple of companies filed for bankruptcy as well. So what that did in turn, when the world opened back up, it made it so that there was a shortage of rental cars for the islands. So everybody here on the islands who has a car or who went and purchased a car to put on Turo literally can make a killing right now because there's a shortage of cars. Now, before you decide to go and invest on Turo, make sure you understand that there's stipulations that you must follow if you want to mitigate as many risks as you would like to. Because just grabbing a car and throwing it on Turo and sitting back, it's not going to be the best. It's not going to be the most beneficial for you if you don't follow some of these tips that I'm about to give you. Now, make sure you watch this video all the way through to the end, because everything that I'm telling you right now is tried and true. All right, now check this out. Turo tip number 1: make sure that when you go and get you a car, that the car that you get is going to have like low miles. Okay, like pretty much anything under 50,000. Make sure it's fairly new. I would say stick in the range of 2015 and up. You know, I mean, you can go a little bit older than that. I think Turo allows you to go to 2011 or something like that. But you don't want to get a car that you're going to be having to do a lot of maintenance on. Okay, so make sure you get the car has low miles on it and is fairly new. All right, and then make sure you also on that car, it doesn't have a lot of like dings and damages prior to, so that when you take your pictures of your car and you put it on Turo, it looks like, you know, something that somebody would want to drive when they're on vacation. You know, it doesn't look like they're in a car that's like all beat up and things like that. And then, so those are the first 2 tips. is that make sure you pick the car that is going to be something that you would want to drive, paying a daily rate to drive. All right. Second tip or third tip would be, if you're going to buy a car, make sure that you don't buy a car that is going to put you in debt. Never buy a car that you're going to have a high overhead just because you're anxious to get into the Turo business. Okay, make sure that when you buy your car, you can afford it. If it never rented on Turo at all, that's one of the things that a lot of people mess up with. They go and get these expensive Jeeps, expensive trucks, expensive cars, and they're banking that Turo is going to help them pay for it all. And if it doesn't transpire out that way, now you got a large overhead, right? You're paying a monthly note on a car that you probably can't afford. And if it doesn't rent on Turo, now you're stuck holding that bill. Now you're going to affect your credit negatively, and so forth. So with that, I would say make sure if you do buy a car and you finance it, it's something that you can afford without Turo. Okay. Next Turo tip would be, if you have a business and you've established business credit, the best thing to do would be buy that car or finance that car utilizing your business credit, so that your personal credit isn't affected if you don't have the means to make every single payment and you have to get rid of the car or sell it and things like that. All right. Now, the next Turo tip I'll give you as well is make sure you're doing research. Make sure you're checking out the competition. Make sure you're checking out on Turo what's going on. Like, what's the market look like? What are cars renting for in your area? Kind of like how you would do comps, and buying a house in real estate. You would never buy a house and not want to know what the houses next door or the houses across the street are going for in the area in which you're operating or you're buying, you're purchasing. So make sure you look at the comps of the cars that are similar to yours and into the community that you're going to be releasing your Turo into. Okay. Next Turo tip would be price your car accordingly. Okay, because in Turo they have a suggested range in which you can put your car on, and then they'll tell you, oh, your car usually rents out for this per day. Be wary of that, because they're taking a metadata stance on that assumption. They're saying that if you have this type of car, i.e. Ford Mustang, they're going through their database and they're seeing what Ford Mustangs usually rent for, and then they're going to give you that number and set your Ford Mustang on their platform at that number. Now, remember I told you on the island that I live on, there's a shortage of rental cars. So, hold on, I don't want to get hit by the car. I'm actually walking back from dropping one of my Turos off right now, so I'm in the street. But, so, be wary of that, because where I live, since there's a shortage of cars, the market can be manipulated in a way, I shouldn't say manipulated, be adjusted in a way that you can set your own parameters. Like, people are renting out cars that usually would rent for $50, $60 a day for $200 a day. I seen Jeep Gladiators, that's the new Jeep model with the pickup truck back. I seen Jeep Gladiators going for $750 a day. Yeah, you heard me, $750 a day. What? And people are paying it, because when you fly to an island, you're pre-buying your tickets 2-3 months in advance. You come here with the thought in your mind that, okay, there's either going to be Uber or a Lyft, right? Or some type of public transportation I'm going to be able to utilize, not knowing that when you get here, there's no rental cars. They're all sold out. Not knowing that when you get here, most of the Turo cars are all sold out. So when you actually go onto the app and you have to find something, you're willing to pay whatever it is you want, whatever it is you have to get you a car, because you don't want to be sitting in the airport terminal for 5 hours waiting on a taxi, or, you know what I'm saying? And then going to the beach. It's like, who wants to not have their own vehicle when they're on vacation? Okay, so people are willing to pay a little bit more than what's normal in some of these transactions on tropical islands like Hawaii. Okay, so next tip on that is, for me, on all my cars are 2017 and newer. with low miles, so they're fairly nice cars. So for me to mitigate a little bit of risk, I purchased GPS modules to put on each and every one of my cars. Now, the reason I did this is because here on the island, we have a beach on the far west side called Pole Hale, and it has a bunch of potholes. It's an unpaved road to get to it, and it's really known and prone for messing up vehicles. Okay, so I put the GPS on there, and I created a geofence to let me know if a car ever goes past this geofence, that it'll send me an alert and it'll let me know that this car is being taken to this beach, and I don't want my cars going to that beach. And another way that I stop that from happening is by, in the description, hey puppy. One of the ways that I stop that from happening is I put in my descriptions for my customer instructions that if you or anyone that's driving one of my Turo vehicles takes my car to this beach with these unpaved roads, there we go, it's a little messed up. Oh man, that looks a lot better. Clean your camera lenses when you do videos, okay? If you take my car to one of these unpaved roads, then there's I'm going to charge you an extra $1,000 to do so because of the damages that may incur while you're doing that. I don't care how careful you drive. I don't care if you think you're the best driver in the world. Those roads are infamous for tearing up chassis, like struts and stabilizers and wheels and rims, all type of things. Like, no matter how good of a driver you are, that road will mess your car up. Okay, so in that description, charging an extra $1,000 deters people from ever attempting that, and then having the GPS on there allows my customers to be honest with me without them having to necessarily know that they're being honest with me, because you can't lie. The GPS can't lie. I had one customer actually try it and actually went to police. I caught him. I texted them immediately when I seen it, and they were like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like I didn't know. I didn't read the description." And I was like, "Well, that's $1,000. It's in the bio. You didn't read the client's instructions. That's on you. That's not on me." All right. But now what I do to prevent that is when they pick the cars up, I send them an extra message when they send me their driver's license information and I'm booking the car with them. I send them a message and say, please do not take my car on any unpaved roads. I'm a small family business. I'm not like a giant rental car agency where I can just repair cars on a daily. And so if you confirm that you won't do this, I'll send you the location of the car. And once they hit the confirm, I send them the location of the car and we're good. It's like another layer of protection. All right. Now, next Turo tip would be the type of insurance that you choose for your car. Okay. On Turo, they have the options that they can provide you with their own insurance, and you'll pay a different premium for each level of insurance. I think the 70 plan is the most common that Turo offers for people. So they give you 70% of the money earned on Turo, and in turn, the rest of the 30 goes to Turo for their insurance and for their profit margin, which gives you a $250 deductible and also up to $750,000 in comprehensible damage claim. So there's ways that you can get around that. If you want to make more money on Turo, what you would have to do is why is it going so fast? I don't know. It's a small road. Look at this. What you would have to do is go in there, change those parameters, put it at like the 85 plan, so you'll get like 85% of your Turo money. But then you want to go to your own personal insurance and make sure you get fleet insurance, telling them that you're going to be renting a car out so that you're not held liable if something happens and they crash your car. It's a total loss and Turo isn't willing to pay out. Now you have a fleet insurance that'll be a secondary payment process for you to help you out with that, because you don't want any issues when it comes to a total loss in a car. Because if you got a car that's like one of my cars is, almost $35,000, I'm not coming out of pocket of $35,000 if somebody crashes my car because I don't have the right type of insurance. Okay. All right. What else? Next Turo tip would be to promote and advertise yourself. Okay. Make sure everybody knows that you're Turoing. If you just put it on Turo and just let it just sit there, 9 times out of 10 you're not gonna get as many bookings as you possibly could. So make sure you're being creative with your advertising and marketing. Tell people oh, I'm touring. Put it on your social media. Maybe run Facebook ads, Instagram ads, something like that, to get your name out there so you can get more bookings. All right. And make sure your pricing is competitive. Like I said, check around and see what the prices are going for. Try to beat those. Always ask for 5-star reviews because reviews matter. People look at reviews a lot. And what else I got? Turo tips. Let me see, what else do I do for my Turos? As many pictures as possible. This next Turo tip, take as many pictures as possible before each trip. All right, the more pictures, the better, because then you won't worry about missing out on anything like dents and dings and chips in your rims or anything like that, flat tires. You can get a thing called a tire tread depth reader. All right, what that lets you know is that your tires have meat on it. They're not bald. You take a picture of each tire utilizing that tire tread depth reader. Okay, it only costs like $5 at any automotive store. Okay, so make sure that you protect yourselves that way, and that if you have any problems after a trip or after one of your rentals go out, if you notice any problems or any discrepancies, make sure you report that immediately. I'm talking like less than 24 hours, because I think Turo gives you up to 24 hours for you to report any type of damages or claims or losses. So make sure you report it immediately, right when you do the inspection, once you get your car back. Every single time, if you have any damages, report it immediately. All right. And next thing would be, if you don't have any cars, or if you don't have any money, or if you don't have any credit, or you don't have any business credit, utilize your word of mouth to try to get a friend that has an extra car, or get a cosigner like a parent or a uncle or a family member to help co-sign for a car for you to put on Turo. But like I said, never go too crazy and go get the top of the line cars if you can't afford to pay the monthly bill without Turo. All right, so get creative, man, but protect yourself and make sure that you look at it like a business. These cars are like investments. It's like the Airbnb for the roads. Turo is a great business if you do it the right way. You can make a lot of money. I see people making 6-7 figures on Turo easily in certain towns: Miami, LA, Atlanta, okay, Hawaii. So you got any more questions or any type of insights, any statements you want to leave with me, make sure you drop something in the comments. I appreciate all you guys for sticking around this long. Drop a like and a share if you learned something from this. If you learned something from this video, or if this video was helpful to you. All right, that's all I got. That's Turo tips with Foster Lee and Focused Energy, baby. You know what I mean? We out here. Be safe. Protect your investment. And go make a lot of money. I'm out.